and gentlemen, welcome to the Cage Nation. And I just wanted to take a minute to make this video because I just had a landmark birthday. I just turned 40 years old. A lot of people tell me I don't look 40. Hey, that's great. That means I'm doing good somewhere. Doesn't mean I'm pretty, but I don't look 40. But here's the thing. I've always wondered, there are some people who say, oh, it's just another day and you don't feel any different. And, but yet they always make such a big deal about turning 40. And the reality is that statistically, the average lifespan at this point in the United States is actually, I think, like 79 years old. So statistically, my life is half over. I've lived over half my life already. That's hard for me to contemplate. Like, even saying it, I don't know. I don't know that I feel any different than I did at 30 years old. I mean, I got a couple more health issues now. Certainly my stomach is aggravated a lot more. But actually, it's funny because in the last couple of 3 days, I've actually felt pretty damn good. I really have, physically. I feel a little bit peppier. I don't have as much pain, which is great. That's awesome. And it's like, so what is the importance of being 40? And my answer is simply, it starts to put things in perspective when you think about how your life actually is half over. Like, you've hit the halfway point and it's kind of all downhill from here. Like, you've lived your best years and this is kind of the downslide where you're looking towards the bigger health issues and depending on how long you last, having a smaller number of years left than what you've already lived. It really does kind of feel weird in that way. Because, like I said, I feel pretty good. I mean, for 40 years old, I think I'm doing great, honestly. And so, it's one of these things that it just starts making you think about your life, all the things you've done wrong, all the things you've done right, where would I have been if I had done this? It kind of gives you that reflection process. And it's like, you start to think about all the choices you've made throughout your life and all the things that you've had to face and where they have put you. And it's really a good time to reflect on your life and be like, well, damn, if I'd have known then what I know now, the whole thing that my parents used to say, and now I can actually say that. It's really a unique place to be because I still feel so much a kid at heart. I still, I walk outside and I'm the type of guy, even at 40 years old now, that can walk out and be amazed by the stars and be amazed by the ocean and, the scope of it all and just, filled with that childlike wonder. I've been able to carry that through everything I've been through in my life up to this point. And, it has its good and its bad qualities to that, but I don't ever want to lose that. I don't ever want to lose that childlike wonder because it's something that really, 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 I don't want to say it shows that you've kept your innocence through it all because that's not exactly true. But it shows that there's a part of you that has been untouched by everything that has touched you in your life. And that says a lot. It really does. I don't care if it's me or anybody else on the planet. That just, it really says a lot about your character when you can overcome adversity and still be awed and not be jaded by the world. Because it is very easy to become jaded by the world. It really is. And that's a little bit deeper topic for, dealing with 40th birthday. But let's get into the actual birthday celebration was very, very cool. I woke up and I had this huge stack of balloons, and of course, you have the birthday cards, and they had the gifts in them, and that was great. I mean, the gifts are always nice to have. I mean, who doesn't love to get gifts rained on them? But for me, it's just the fact that people love you enough to take the time. And that's something that has been lacking a lot in my life. There were many, many birthdays I didn't have that. If you know anything about my backstory, that, it has not been pretty. I've spent birthdays homeless. I've spent birthdays hitchhiking down highways. I've spent birthdays... Hell, I spent my 21st birthday in a jail cell. It's just all those, horrible incidents, they're all gone now. It's all in the past. And to be here now and to have the birthday that I had for my 40th, it's just amazing. It just shows how far life can come. And man, did they do it upright. We went to eat at a restaurant called Carmel's. It's a very upscale wine and fine dining restaurant here in Sarasota. And you're probably looking at $50 to $60 a person at the minimum. So, I mean, it's a place where you're going to pay for the privilege to eat there. And it was very good. I had a basil grilled salmon that was just absolutely amazing. And then from there, Sarasota has a long history with circus and trying to keep circus performances alive. And, it's kind of the home of Ringling Brothers. John Ringling lived here in Sarasota. And actually the lady who took everybody, her great-grandfather was John Ringling's lawyer. He actually moved down from Chicago to be the lawyer for the Ringling Circus and stuff like that. So it's funny because not only is it a very big circus town, but the family that has kind of been my surrogate family for a very long time, they have very close ties to the Ringling family, and they're a very big name here in town. So they've had, lawyers and judges in their family ever since, at least her great-grandpa. So it was a very, very cool, interesting thing to experience, to go to the Sarasota Circus. They come once a year to Sarasota. They put up the big tent, and they pick out different acts every year, and they do this big performance for everybody. And very, very cool. I mean, the things that these people can do are just absolutely phenomenal. Sometimes when people think of the circus, they think of clowns and stupid, stuff like that. And that's part of it. They do have, the comedy acts, not necessarily clowns anymore because they're a bit dated. But they have guys that come out and they do very funny, comedy bits and, bits for the kids. But then they have incredible acts that come in. They have the high wire trapeze, the tight wire acts, very cool ballet acts, magician acts. So just a lot of really cool stuff. And it was a great show. It really was. I haven't been to a circus performance like that since I was in high school. So it was very cool to see again. It really was. So it was an amazing birthday, an amazing time, a great time of reflection for me. So many people I could thank right now. And at the top, just because a few of you are going to watch it, certainly Diana, Tammy, Bryant, Margot, Alex, Jim, Nicole, of course. Just really appreciate everybody who put in the time to put this together. It made me feel like $1 million. It really did. I came off of that night feeling better than I have in a long time. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're turning 40. Honestly, it's not that big a deal. It's not. It just puts things in perspective for you. It's like one of those days where you're like, holy shit, I'm 40. How did this happen? um, you know, because sometimes I really forget my age. I do. I feel so young and connected and vibrant still in so many ways, but I'm not. And that's the weird part. You know, I honestly have never had the experience of, you know, because I do have younger friends, of course, where I've never been the awkward man out. They always seem to get where I'm coming from, which is cool. I mean, my girlfriend is 8 years younger than me. Well, not quite 8. And you know, it's funny because we get along great, and we have a lot of the same interests, and you know, I'm still a little bit immature in my approach to a lot of things, so it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's cool to be here and be 40 and not feel outside of the younger crowd, which I guess, you know, has its pros and cons. Because, like I said, I am immature, and I'll be the first one to admit that in a lot of ways. But, you know, I hold my own. I do what I'm supposed to. So, guys, it's a really cool feeling, though, honestly. 40 was good. 40 was really good. This was the best birthday I've ever had. Easily the best birthday I've ever had. So, I am excited. I'm excited to see what the future holds moving upward, because, you know, I don't know, I had this weird vision that 40 was going to be this horrible thing, and, you know, you're not able to do so much anymore because you're 40. That's just not true. So, ladies and gentlemen, my birthday, it was phenomenal. I wanted to share that with you because, you know, people might get it in their head that it's more than what it really is, or they might get it in their head that, you know, things have to change. Nothing changes. I am the same person I was yesterday. I'll be the same person tomorrow. So this is Kevin Jacklitz with the Caged Review. Thanks for taking a look at this. If you like my channel, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Cage Nation out.